Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Duo Group Iron Man. In the last video, I went to Muspah, spent a week there, and completed the Venator Bow. 6 months ago, I was making a video for each of the DT2 bosses, and the last one I got to was Whisper, and I was like, you know what would help a little bit with this boss would be the Venator Bow. But then I got distracted with Chambers, TOA, and then the League, but now 6 months later, I got the Venator Bow, and I'm finally ready to really try out Whisper. I only have 11 KC at this boss, so I kind of got the basics down at least, but would not say I'm an expert or have a routine down by any means. Whisper is really annoying to get to without the teleport, but thankfully I got very lucky with the tablet. I got it at 3 KC. I was gearing up, I saw I had a few clues in my bank, and Whisper can drop every kind of, well, all the DT2 bosses drop every kind of clue, so I'm gonna knock these out real quick. But you won't see them in this video because I am stacking up clues, but I was thinking maybe next video I could go for mediums because we really should have ranger boots by now. But anyways, I'm gonna go do a sick kickflip down this stair set, and we'll get into the boss. Ooh, first time using Venator Bow. Hit that one. I don't have arrows. No. I didn't bring any arrows, I forgot. Oh no. Ow. Okay, first kill a Whisper in a long time. I didn't have to teleport out or leave or anything. So it's gonna be like, I guess, probably close to 4 minutes per kill. The wiki says you can use any kind of arrow, so I may as well use the lowest type I have, probably mithril. For this first attempt, I messed it up, and I found out after that for the ones that are in a straight row of 3, you have to hit either one on the end. You can't hit the one in the middle, or else you're not gonna get all 3 of them. When you use the blowpipe, you only have enough time to kill 5 or 6 of the souls, but with the Venator Bow, you can kill all of them. And there's a different effect that occurs based on which set you kill, but with the Venator Bow, you'll be able to get all the effects, plus it'll do more damage to the boss. Hey, you got the first unique since going back to DT2 boss things, Awakener's Orb. That is going to be some nice money for Death's Coffer someday, probably. From Whisper, the drop rate for the Awakener's Orb is 1 out of 34.5. And there's my first perfect kill since coming back to the boss. You get 50% more loot. When you're first learning, you don't need to bring too much prayer pot because you're going to be taking a lot of damage. But as you get more and more comfortable, you'll be taking less and less damage. And theoretically, this is a 0 damage boss. So you'd have like a full inventory of prayer pots and maybe a few panic food. But clearly, I'm at the stage where I can start bringing a bit more prayer pot. Ooh, new PB, 301. Oh, that reminds me. Like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, they added combat achievements for all the DT2 bosses. I haven't even had a look at them yet. There is a sub 3-minute combat achievement that is very realistic for me. Hey, an update on the Ghouls KC. I do occasionally come here to get a little session in, and I just hit 17k. Whisper Speed Trialist. I beat the 3-minute time. I've been trying to go for the 5 perfect kills in one trip. Currently I'm at 3. I don't know if I have enough supplies though. I keep failing. I've done 5 kills this trip, but I didn't get a perfect kill for 2 of them. I got 12 prayer pots this time. Surely I can get 5 perfect kills within the time it takes me to use those up. No way, the first Trami and Eingots in a long time. Nice. That's 1 out of about 170. And just to hit this table in general, it's 1 in 64 at Whisper. I got the 5 perfect kills without leaving, but the task didn't complete. I was really confused, so I checked the wiki, and it said it has to be 5 consecutive kills and without leaving. It doesn't say anything about consecutive in-game though, and I wish I had known that sooner, but I realized at that point I had 4 perfect kills in a row already, and this was going to be number 5. And of course, right at the end during the enrage phase is when I took damage, so I just wasted half an hour of stressing for nothing. The boss isn't normally stressful, but when you're like trying to get the perfect kills, especially 5 in a row, it's very stressful. Game update today, it's mostly wildy stuff. So we got wildy changes and more. The 3 main big multi-wildy bosses have better drop tables, or you get more loot from them. They have a better drop rate for their pets, better rewards from my chest, better loot from Chaos Ellie and Scorpia and Rogue's chest. Oh wait, this says Perfect Leviathan now only requires 5 perfect kills without leaving the instance rather than consecutive perfect kills. What if they change that for Whisper? Maybe I should wait to see if they're probably not going to. Okay, one more thing that's relevant for Group Ironman is that Group Ironman can now open a shared instance at Scurious. Ooh, group content. Ah, man. I was trying to... I know there's like a diamond thing you're supposed to mark on the ground, but I was trying stuff. How much will it cost to get it back? 200k, dang. Awakener's Orb. The L movements are kind of important when it comes to Whisperer because when you move in an L, you won't get hit by the plus shape or the X-shaped attacks. So I got these 4 tiles that make a diamond, and going in a circle between them means I'm always doing an L running pattern. I kept trying this, but it was really hard to get. It seems like you have to be tick perfect the whole time, and if you fall a tick behind or get a tick ahead, you can very easily run right into a tentacle. When I run around the room during the enrage phase, it's not like it ruins the fight. I hardly take damage doing it that way. It's just not consistent enough to get 5 perfect kills in a row, since I'm not doing a specific pattern every time. I do take 1 hit every once in a while. There are a lot of different ways to do this though. Like I saw another one that was like 3 tiles in a row in the back of the room, but you probably got to be tick perfect for that and follow the pattern exactly. It is 50 KC at Whisper, and I kind of stopped going for perfect kills, especially the 5 perfect kills in a row, and I found myself enjoying the boss quite a bit more. Another Awakener's Orb. Man, I got to 3 kills in a row, and then I messed up again this kill. I'm not trying to go for the perfect kills. It's like I noticed I got 2 in a row, and I'm like, oh, well, now I feel obligated to try and go for 3, and then 4, then 5, but and I tell myself I'm not going for it, but when I'm actually there in the moment, I'm like, oh, I should go for it now, and it really throws me off. Whoa, the orange text got me there. 7 dragon plate skirts. If that was the perfect kill, it would have been 10, but still a lot of GP. 1.1 mil. Ooh, Shadow Quartz. Oh, I didn't have that one. I don't know why I thought I had all 4 of them. Well, now I have all 4 of them. The brain is so weird because when I'm at 4 perfect kills in a row, I start getting jad hands, I get sweaty, I start getting really warm, I start making dumb mistakes. But from an outside perspective, it's like nothing's even changed. You're doing the same thing you've done every time, but when you're on number 5 in a row, everything just falls apart. At least in my head, it feels that way. I'm not sure if you can actually tell from the footage, but I did have some misclicks earlier in the fight that I was able to recover from without taking damage. Is that it? Please be it. I am so relieved. Yes. Yes. I'm so happy I got that done. Now I don't have to stress ever again at Whisperer. Has 5 perfect kills in a row without leaving. There's so many ways you can maximize your DPS at Whisperer. Like for example, one of the things you could do is when you're running around doing the orb special, you can attack in between running around to get some extra hits in, because at least once you're comfortable with this special, you'll realize you have a lot of extra time to do it. Another Shadow Quartz. Another way you can maximize your DPS is by attacking during the pillar special. You can get in a couple hits before the first shockwave, and then you can also get a hit after each of the shockwaves as you make your way to the next pillar. I've been bringing, I think, 10 prayer pots and the rest sharks, but clearly with all these leftover sharks and the supply drops I got, I could be bringing a lot more prayer pots. Not that it matters too much because it is really fast to get back, but there's like a mental thing of like being in the room longer, because I feel like sometimes when you leave the area of a boss, sometimes you end up getting distracted and stay out of there a little bit longer than you meant to. I want to mention that now I have a sort of rhythm and running pattern down for the enrage phase. Earlier I said I wasn't consistent with it, but I feel pretty consistent and confident during enrage phase now to not take damage outside of dumb obvious mistakes. Here's the big 100 KC at Whisperer. We gotta talk about goals because I don't really exactly have a goal here. I just kind of wanted to learn the boss, try out the Venator Bow, get some combat achievements done. I feel like I've gotten most of the things done that I want to get done. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 more CAs I want to get done though. Especially considering the type of ring that comes from Whisper, the Venator one, that's the upgrade to the warrior ring. It's not super useful, it has its niche uses, but compared to the other DT2 rings, it's probably the last one I'd want to go for. Here's an Awakener's Orb. Oh, so many Awakener's Orbs. Whoa, oh my god, oh my, wait, I had to tell, I was trying to make a clip for the defense XP. Yo, 30 mil defense. Well, since I left the room anyways, I'm gonna go for the combat achievement where you have to be on the Arceus spellbook. Really, you should always be on Arceus and use Thralls at Whisper. Even though I haven't been doing that, you should do as I say, not as I do. So after each special, instead of freezing her, you run to one of the edges of the room and she'll stop right before reaching you. And please ignore the fact that I forgot my Book of the Dead. This should be the combat achievement for being on the Arceus spellbook for the whole fight, and I got another Awakener's Orb. This combat achievement I'm doing is to defeat Whisperer having spent less than 6 seconds in the Shadow Realm, and I completely cheesed this one. The first special I got was the orbs on the ground, and I just ignored it. I kept attacking the boss the whole time, and then I took a big 75 damage to my health and sanity. I didn't realize it was going to be that much, so I stalled a little bit while running back and forth because your sanity slowly restores when you're outside the Shadow Realm, and I wanted to make sure I had a little bit more for the next phases. For the Screech special, this was the only one I went into the Shadow Realm for, but only for a couple ticks, much less than 6 seconds. I normally stay in the Shadow Realm for this whole special because I'm lazy and I don't mind losing a few extra prayer points, but this clip is evidence that I don't need the crutch. And for the last special with the ghosts, I ignored it once again and I continued hitting the boss. And in this case, you take 40 damage to your health and your sanity. And that's it. I didn't really have to learn anything special for that. And then the enraged phase went by as usual. Let's see if I did it right. Nice. Easy first try Grandmaster combat achievement. It's 111 KC. And that was all the combat achievements I wanted to get done for Whisperer. Let's see what the remaining ones are. There's 3 left. Oh yeah, it's a speedrun, and awakened. None of those are going to be happening anytime soon. Awakener's Orb. Ignore my health. I kind of ran into Whisperer at the end of the fight. Another one of those things. 150 KC would have been a good, nice, clean milestone to wrap up with, but now that I've officially gone beyond 150, the next milestone that I'll be able to wrap up at will be at 200. Well, you could say that 151 is the number of Pokemon in the first generation, so maybe this would be a good number to end up with, but I'm still enjoying Whisperer, so I'll keep going. This is a really random cut. I was playing on mobile today, so I was fishing some minnows, and then I decided to go thieve Master Farmers for birdhouse seeds. I'm not running low on birdhouse seeds, but I know I'm eventually going to need some more, so I got 20 Ranner seeds and a decent amount of other seeds. I know it's not too much, but figured I probably should at least show it, but now back to Whisperer. Got a Shadow Quartz. Dang. I think my problem is that I want to be, oh, it's cheaper by the way now too, I guess the price has changed. My problem is that I want to listen to YouTube videos like RuneScape progress videos, but I focus so much on the videos that I get really distracted. It's hard to focus on this boss for me and watch RuneScape progress videos at the same time. So I guess I'm going to be stuck with just listening to music, which is fine, but it's just less fun than listening to RuneScape videos. So the grind's gonna feel slower because I'm not watching / listening to fun videos, but in reality it's gonna be faster even though it doesn't feel that way because I'll get more kills per hour since I won't be dying as much. It's a very strange predicament to be in or to think about. I haven't really considered that before. Another orb. See if we can get one more thing before 200 KC. Ooh, the Dragon Plate Skirt drop. And it was a perfect kill, so I got 10 of them too. That's 1.6 mil in Alks. KC number 200 at Whisperer. Nice. It was a fun time. And for the obligatory explanation whenever I reach a boss KC milestone, but the loot tracker KC doesn't match up with my actual KC in game, this one has a more fun explanation than usual. That's because when you kill Whisperer, it dies in the Shadow Realm, but its loot appears outside the Shadow Realm. So it's like an instance. Well, this whole thing's an instance, this whole area with Whisperer, but the Shadow Realm is like an instance inside of an instance. So it was really weird with the loot tracker, it was bugged. So the first 11 KC I did way back when wasn't tracked. Imagine your younger self back in 2007 mining coal in the mining guild, having such a fun time, having no idea that 17 years in the future you'd be able to kill a boss for a couple days and get thousands and thousands of coal, along with all these other drops too. But also imagine telling your younger self all the bosses that you're able to get up to nowadays. You'd be like a god to the kid version of you. So here's the collection log for Whisperer. Nothing really too special. I did thankfully get 2 rolls for the Venator vestige, is what I've been telling myself. Actually, no, I hope I didn't get the 2 rolls because that's not really the one that I want, but we got the ingot, so that's nice. I mean, the ingot. I sort of tried to figure out how many charges I use on the trident per kill, so if anyone's curious, I think I averaged around 60 trident charges per kill, which means for the 189 KC I did in this video, that is over 11k charges used, or 11k Zora scales. however you want to look at it. In terms of KC per hour, I probably got maybe 10 kills per hour, so this was maybe almost 20 hours of just doing Whisper. It's pretty bad because in between kills I would get distracted like typing to people, not because I was burnt of the boss or didn't enjoy it, but just easily distracted, I guess. And then I did do some fishing on the side as well with my AFK time. Got almost 500k XP. And with that said, you can check out my duo teammate SpookDog's channel linked in the video description, and you can keep up to date with her road to max. And if you want to keep me company when I stream, you can check me out at twitch.tv/wild_mudkip. I have decided that for sure next video is going to be the medium clue video, so stay tuned to find out if we can get our first ranger boots or maybe even second ranger boots on the duo group Iron Man.